Have you ever wondered why the world looks so colorful? The answer lies in our ability to see colors. It is a complex process that is made possible by our eyes and our brain. When we look at an object, light enters our eyes through the cornea and passes through the lens, which focuses the light onto the retina. To explain how human eyes perceive colors, trigonometric theory of color vision proposed that our eyes have three types of color sensors, which is also known as cones. So each is sensitive to a different range of wavelengths of light. Due to the difference in sensitivity, it allowed us to distinguish between colors by detecting different combinations of light wavelengths. So this theory suggests that by mixing the primary colors blue, green, and red, a perception of other color is created. For example, if the light enters our eyes stimulates the cones that are most sensitive to red and green light, we see the color yellow. The blue cone and the green cone stimulated, we see the color cyan. If all the cones are stimulated, we see the color in white. And then the brain will combine and interpret the signals from these cones to create the perceptions of the color. This is when the open and process theory of color vision comes in to explain how these signals are processed. This theory suggests that our brain processes color information by comparing signals from three types of color senses, also known as opponent cells in this theory. Besides, our color vision is based on three opponent pairs of color channels. Each channel there will be two opponent cells working in pairs. So one cell will respond to one color in the pair and the other responding to the opposite. So the mechanism behind is when one color in a pair is activated, the other is inhibited. For example, when the green opponent cells are stimulated, the red opponent cells are inhibited. This implies that we can only detect one of the opposing color at a time, which can explain why we can't see certain color combinations that exist. For example, we can see yellowish-green, but we can't see reddish-green. This is because a perception is being created that red and green are opponents of each other. But what happens when someone has a deficiency in their color vision? Generally, it is known as color blindness. It is a condition where individuals have difficulty distinguishing between certain colors. For example, the most common type, which is the red-green color blindness, may have difficulty telling the difference between red and green. Including the other less common types, they are all affected by the absence or malfunctions of the color senses. Related to the trichromatic theory, it happens when one or more types of cone in the eye are missing or not functioning properly. So when light-sensitive cones are not functioning properly, they are not able to generate normal signals in response to light of certain wavelength. Also based on opponent process theory, it happens if one opponent cell is not functioning properly, which can disrupt the balance between the opponent pairs and affect the balance of signals sent to the brain, leading to abnormal color perception. In fact, color blindness can affect their daily life in a number of ways. So they may have struggle differentiating between the red and green lights in traffic signals, which can be a safety concern when they are driving. When shopping for groceries, they may have difficulty distinguishing between ripe and unripe fruits and vegetables. In social situations, they may feel excluded from discussion about color, which can affect their self-esteem and confidence. This can be particularly challenging in certain professions, such as fashion or art, where color plays a critical role. Hence, color can be seen as a pervasive part of our visual experience. It can influence our moods, decision-making, and even social interaction, but this influence varies depending on the type and severity of their color vision deficiency. In a nutshell, we know that color doesn't exist. What we perceive as color is due to it being translated as signal and enters our brain from which a color perception is formed.